Good morning. We're en route to the gym. What else is new? We had our breakfast at home. It was quite delicious. I think I took a picture of it, so I'll try to see if I can put it somewhere on the screen. I had 40 grams of oats, 100 grams of blueberries, and then I bought these semi-sweet chocolate chips. It has no added sugar. It has like sweeteners, like artificial sweeteners. Been putting just like 4-5 grams of that into my oatmeal in the mornings. 4 grams of chocolate makes a huge difference in taste. But then I also had 4 wake-up wraps. Before I started cutting, I was obsessed with Dunkin' Donuts wake-up wraps. Like, I'd go and I'd buy like 6 of them. But the thing is, they're so expensive. Like, I think one wake-up wrap is like almost $3. I can make this at home for much cheaper and a lot healthier because they use like a whole egg with like actual bacon, normal tortillas. But when I make them at home, I use 0-carb tortillas, like a quarter slice of American cheese. I don't use a whole slice for 1 wrap. I use a quarter slice and I make 4 wraps. So 1 slice of cheese for 4 wraps. Then I either do egg whites or egg or a combination of the two, and I use turkey bacon. So instead of spending 370 calories and $2 on one little thing that I can probably one bite, I make them at home. I want to say 100 something-ish or so a wrap. So much better. Yeah, it takes a little bit of time to make them homemade, but it pays off in the long run, money-wise and calorie-wise. Something to think about. Cooking at home is a little bit of an inconvenience, especially if you don't have time or things like that, but that's where meal prep comes into play. A little change you can implement if you're trying to lose weight. Say you like a Taco Bell crunch wrap. Search up like a quick, easy recipe. There's so many out there now. You have an unlimited amount of resources available to you. So many options out there, and I think that's where people get overwhelmed, where they have so much available to them, they don't know where to start. But just start like this. What I ate for breakfast turned into just start losing weight. Just turned into like a weight loss rant. I'm gonna finish my rant and then I'll go back to breakfast. Find the foods that you like to eat day to day and make them healthy. If you like eating burgers and french fries from your favorite fast food place, Google a quick recipe or just substitute certain ingredients in that burger to make at home. Like, instead of using 80-20 beef, go buy some 96-4 beef, or just switch out the beef for turkey, make a turkey burger. The bread you choose, instead of going for like white bread buns, go for, I think it's Arnold 0-carb buns, things like that. Just little changes in your diet here and there. I was having this conversation with a few people this week actually, where it's like, I haven't started because it's too complicated. Like, I need to make sure I'm getting this amount of protein in, but I can't eat that much protein in a day. Then they ask me like, oh, what do you think about carnivore? Or what do you think about keto? Or what do you think about 0-carb diets? And I cut out carbs completely. I respectfully tell them, no, I don't agree with those diets. If you want to do it because you like the idea of carnivore or keto or whatever, like, yeah, go ahead. If you're gonna stick to it, go for it. But don't do it because you think that's gonna be like a quick fix to your weight loss problems. I'd rather see someone just make small changes to their current diet, whether their current diet is terrible. Just think about things like that. You don't have to go from one extreme to another extreme. And I don't want to be like cliche and say it's a lifestyle, because it's a lifestyle you'll acquire over time. It's not something you just automatically click into. It's about finding a diet that works best for you and the one that you're gonna stay most consistent with for a long period of time. It's not about changing your diet every 2 weeks. Just think about that. Just some food for thought for you. Cheers. Today is glutes, hams, and light quads. Coach switched up our workout plan a little bit. Program has been very high reps, and since I've been cutting for almost 3 months now, or I've been cutting for longer than 3 months, but I've been working with her for just about 3 months, my body has taken a good amount of beating. And it needed rest because it was showing that my body was under a lot of stress. She cut my workout down a little bit, so we're still like in the high rep range, but we're less reps than what we were doing a couple weeks ago. Movements are still the same. You guys will see the workout. I'll show you guys my warm-up. I don't think I've ever shown you my leg warm-ups. I will see you guys on the floor. We made it to the floor. I'm gonna take you guys through my leg warm-up. For best results, You should probably do like 5-10 minutes cardio before this, but I did not do that today. Feel tight. That is why you should do cardio before. Starting off with, I think these are called like bootstraps. You basically hinge to touch your toes, and you go into like a squat. Find it easier to balance if I go like this. So you just do a few of those. I think I do like 10. Oh, and just like sometimes go off to the sides. Feels good. Then we're gonna get on one knee, other leg forward, chest up, and then you lean, drive this knee forward. And then you don't want to hold it. It's supposed to be more like of a dynamic stretch before. That way you don't injure yourself because you're not warmed up. Lean, and then we're gonna lean back. And you don't want your foot coming off the ground. It took me a while to be able to balance like this without like falling over. So if you can't get it perfect the first time, don't beat yourself up. I think that's enough for that leg. And then make sure you do it with the other leg too, because we want to be equally warmed up on both sides. Ooh, chest up. I think this side is a little tighter. Ugh. I think that might be it for my warm-up. I didn't do a whole lot. You can also warm up on the machines using lighter weight. That's fine too. So I think that's what we'll do. Ooh. Let's put this away. There we go. We did a warm-up set with 40 pounds. See, that's what I meant by like, I'll warm up with some like dynamic stretches. And then once I get to like the actual machine I'm gonna work on, I'll warm up with some lighter weight before going into like my working sets. Right now I have 55 on there, and I'm probably gonna do like sort of 15. Damn. It's just the burn of going slower, but it's good because that's what we want. Onward. Whee. Also, if you don't know where to set your seat at, the machines have like a dot right here that's supposed to line up with your knee. I did not know that. Someone else taught me that, and I thought, wow, this is life-changing. We got one more set here, and then we're gonna go do some stiff leg deadlifts. Oh wow, she really cut the sets down on my stiff legs. I used to do like 4 or 6 of these, but now I'm only doing 3. We're gonna do this for 12 and then up the weight a little bit. Wow, that felt weird. I forgot to take off my glasses. Glasses off. Unrack. Feet about shoulder width. Hinge. I want to say the main difference between RDLs and stiff legs is how much you bend your knee and the depth that you get. So with the stiff legs, you bend your knee a little bit less. You focus more on the hinge. Those were good. Onward. So here we did a hip thrust, but the music was blasting in the background, so I decided I'd do a little voiceover. Warmed up with a plate, did this for about 15 reps. Afterwards, I threw a 25 on there, did one set of 12 reps, then another set of 10 reps. Then we went for a top set, adding another 25 on top, doing that for about 6 to 8 reps. Then dropping the weight back down to a 45 and finishing off with 20 reps. As you can see, I was in a lot of pain. When they play music here, they play it really loudly. I'd rather
give you the breakdown later. Sumo squats with a dumbbell. I definitely never did these before I started training with my coach, but I kind of like them. I'm starting to get used to them. Going for 12. That felt pretty good. Except the moving up and down. That did not feel so good. I'm going down. Ugh. That was 10. We'll do one more of 8 to 10 off camera because my camera's about to die. We've completed our workout. After dumbbell sumo squats, we did hip abduction, I want to say it's called, where the legs are going out and focusing on the glute. And then afterwards we did cable kickbacks. My balance with cable kickbacks was actually embarrassing. I'd have to like grip onto the bar so I wouldn't like fall over. We're getting better. My calves, I don't know if you can see that, are definitely, I don't know if they're growing or if they're just getting leaner, but they look pretty sick. A little more? I wish they had better lighting in here. Oh my goodness. Exciting news that I will tell you in the car while we eat our post-workout snacks.
Baby, rock your hips. Rock your hips.
We made it. Made it to the car. I am starving. You know the drill. Big lunchbox. It's a little toasty in here. That's fine because it's freezing outside. Florida, still acting up. Rice cakes, empty shaker cup, protein powder, water bottle. I actually forgot that since I've been mixing electrolytes into my gallon jug, I can't really use that for my protein shake because then that would taste funky. But this water, it only has creatine in it. So if anything, that's good, right? Because it's like creatine and protein. I don't know. Scoop and carry. Slurp. I know you probably saw all the rice cakes and you're like, what? That's so many rice cakes. But I promise you, I'm not gonna eat them all. I just didn't feel like having to, you know, put them in a different Ziploc bag, so I just kind of stuffed the whole packet in here. This one at the top, actually, this one's a plain rice cake. You can see very plain looking, very boring looking. But that's okay, we still love it. Apple cinnamon rice cake. You see how fancy that looks? Delicious. We love it a little bit more, but that's okay. 2 apple cinnamon rice cakes and then 1 plain rice cake. Big announcement, not really. Medium size announcement. I start posing next Friday. I'm very excited. I got my heels in the mail last week. I talked to coach and I was like, hey, I'm ready to start posing. And she was like, perfect. So next Friday, we're gonna be doing a posing session, my first posing session. I don't expect it to be like a natural. You know, maybe it'll be fun seeing like how I look in the beginning and then how I look later on in my journey. We'll see. Just wanted to let you guys know that. That was it for today's Glute Hammy workout. It's all worth it if I get these at the end. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, consider subscribing, and comment what else you guys want to see. Till next time, amigos.